Hi, my name is Stephanie Prieto. I'm an attorney here at the Nieves Law Firm, and today I'm going to be talking about a specific case result that I was able to acquire on a third-time DUI offense out of the county of Alameda, and it was a dismissal and a sealing of the matter after we use Veterans Court as an intervention method rather than setting this matter for trial or proceeding with the typical motions that I would do on a DUI offense. Now, to give you just some background on this case, this was a situation in which our client was stopped after there was some observed swerving on the road, and after the stop was conducted, the officer subsequently discovered that our client was also on probation in a different county, and it was for DUI related matters. After that was known to the officer, they further investigated on whether DUI could be the situation that was found here, and as a result of that, they conducted the pre-FSTs, they did alcohol breath testing, and that resulted in our client being arrested. Now, the strategic approach that I was going to take on this case is a very standard one that I use for many of my DUIs, which is first looking at the police report critically, determining what are the holes in the presented evidence, and then additionally acquiring the officer's body-worn camera in order to compare what was put into the police report and what is actually shown on body-worn camera, because oftentimes there is a discrepancy, and these are the things that allow us to file motions on behalf of our clients prior to trial, and that puts us in a different bargaining position when it comes to these DUI matters. Now, in this instance, I began to go down that path, but I also did the investigation that I also conduct on almost all of my cases, if not all of my cases, and that's getting the background history of our actual client. And this is important for the very reason that Veterans Court is something that is available only to veterans. And so I make it a priority to make sure that when I have a veteran client, I know that. And I know the specific tools that I can use in order to resolve the case in a way that may be more beneficial to them, or in a way that veterans can only avail themselves to, given the fact that they served for our country. In this case, that's exactly what occurred. After I did my background information and I was doing the normal strategic research that I do on most DUIs, I found out that our client was a veteran. And given that this was a third-time DUI, there are mandatory sentencing requirements that need to happen. And so resolution is a little bit harder in terms of the ways that we can play with a reasonable resolution on these DUI matters if you aren't setting them for trial. But because Veterans Court was an option, this is a very special court that did allow for misdemeanor DUI matters to be diverted into, and it allowed our client to obtain treatment instead of just punishment from the court. Due to the rehabilitative nature of Veterans Court and the focus on getting the veterans that are in the court the services they need to overcome either struggles with drugs or struggles with alcohol, this really helped a client that up until now had not even known that this was available to him. And oftentimes when we do find our veterans in these third, fourth DUI offenses, they haven't had any intervention. And so in this instance, I took advantage of the fact that our client could go into Veterans Court, could receive the treatment he needed, and then at the same time, at the end of the treatment, as long as he had complied with his treatment plan, he was able to have the matter dismissed, and then the matter was subsequently sealed. And so that would protect his criminal record, and that this wouldn't show up to further hinder him in the future. Now, a big thing about Veterans Court is you have a very specific treatment plan. In this instance, we were able to craft a plan that not only provided therapy, it provided also support in terms of long-term. Once he exited the program, it's not like these services would just be cut off to him. There were services available through the veterans' hospitals and the various facilities that they have across the state. Now, the last part that was also a condition of this particular treatment plan was to submit to drug testing and submit to a showing that this person was abstaining from alcohol and all drug use. At the end of the day, when the client was successful with his treatment plan, which lasted about a year, we were able to have the matter dismissed, and then it was subsequently sealed. This really was a great help to our client because they were able to go back to their coaching job, which was temporarily taken away due to the matter that had occurred, and then they were able to go back to their life with a valid license. They didn't have to deal with this suspension and this attack on their license. And as a result of this, our client went home happy, and he got the support he needs and continues to get the support that he needs to be successful and not have any future DUI instances. If you have any questions in regards to any DUI matters, please don't hesitate to give us a call at the Nieves Law Firm.